welcome everybody. Tonight, your neighborhood good Gulf dealer joins the Gulf Oil Companies in bringing you the Motion Picture Star's own program for the benefit of the Motion Picture Relief Fund. The Gulf Screen Guild Show. With Dick Powell, Tyrone Power, Rosalind Russell, Gene Herschel, George Murphy, Lionel Stander, Marie Wilson, Oscar Bradley and his orchestra, and your master of ceremonies for tonight, Reginald Gardner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the last Screen Guild program for this season. Next week at this time, the Gulf Oil Companies bring you their new summer show, the Gulf Musical Playhouse, starring Jane Froman, Jan Pierce, and the music of Erno Rappé. Tonight, our Screen Guild show is a review. And to start things off, I'd like to introduce to you the man who introduced me on the first of the Gulf Screen Guild shows last January. That very popular young fellow who was your regular master of ceremonies on these Gulf shows until picture assignments demanded his full time, Mr. George Murphy.
Thank you, Reggie. And I'd like to say that it's great to be back.
You know, George, it's quite a coincidence that we were both on the very first Screen Guild show, and here we are again on the final one. That ought to prove something.
Well, it does.
What?
A criminal always returns to the scene of his crime.
Well, you ought to know.
Yes, we both ought to know. You remember that imitation you gave of a train arguing with the rails? That thing that went like this, that
No, you're mixed up. When the train argues with the rails it's running on, it sounds like this. Diddle-a-dop, 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 diddle-a-dop. Did you know that? Yes, and then when the other rails cross its tracks, it sounds like this. Diddle-a-dop, diddle-a-dop,
Well, that's right. But it couldn't have been a very good imitation, because in the middle of it, half the audience was sound asleep.
On the contrary, it proves how good it was. That train happened to be a Pullman. But let's stick to tonight, George.
That's a good idea, and we can get right into it now by introducing an old friend of ours. Here he is now, Dick Powell.
Thank you, George. Thank you. And hello, Reggie. Reggie, George and I have cooked up a little song for tonight. It's sort of an American song and double talk. But to make you feel at home, we'll do it as a couple of English music hall comics.
From merry old England?
That's right. Maybe you can help us make it authentic. We'd like to do it as if it were coming over the English wireless. Suppose you be the announcer and introduce us, and then we'll come on and do a couple of screamingly funny jokes. How about it?
Okay. Are you there, ladies and gentlemen? If you are, you're going to listen to a good act. If you're not, turn the wireless off. It's a frightful waste of electricity. We'll next hear from an act called Powell and Murphy. They've got a couple of devastating jokes and a nippy little ditty to sing for you. And here they are, Powell and Murphy.
Hello, George.
Hello, Dick.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I can't kick.
Oh, rheumatism, eh?
I say, old man, wait for the laugh.
Oh, all right. But remember, this is only a half-hour program.
Oh, it is.
Clever repartee, what?
And speaking of rheumatism, where do you come from?
From Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. How long have you lived there?
Since 2 years before it became a song.
I say, fellows, why don't you sing?
Very good idea, Reggie. Ladies and gentlemen, a new song from America entitled My Sweet Stratovenus in the Gloamin'.
Which doesn't mean a blessed thing, really, because it's in something called double talk. Professor, the music, please.
Yes. There's a new kind of language in the nation. It's a language beyond translation.
Don't ask the meaning, nobody knows.
Here's the way this double talk goes. When I meet my cans of France on a soda, if you ate it, a rip, snort, riding to how goes it corner phrase.
The moon shines bright on my old Kentucky home, and my sweet Stratovenus in the gloam. And I whisper franzicans to a girl if ordinary, then she steps so lightly to a really never stare. The moon shines bright, even brighter than before, and my sweet Stratovenus in the gloaming.
Many's the heart that are wishing tonight,
wishing to hear just an echo.
You For to meet McCann's France on a soda if you ate it.
And a rip snort riding to how goes a coin of phrase.
The moon shines bright on my old Kentucky home, and my sweet Stratovenus in the gloaming. I was going by the start, hops and arps and accidental, and an old friend, how's your auntie, by the 2 o'clock? The moon shines bright on my old Kentucky home, and the sweet Stratovenus in the gloaming.
I was preaching on the creed and the 8-ball for a penny. But switch, not horoscope, you've got to add it up.
The moon shines bright on my old Kentucky home, and the sweet
Stratovenus in the gloaming. Many brave fish are asleep in the deep, waiting for college vacation. Go.
If you want to learn the song, we'll be happy to explain it.
It's a cinch, crinch, gotta see your mama on the snag.
The moral is, if you can, you got to friend.
And the sweet Stratovenus in the gloaming.
Thank you, boys. That was grand. And now, ladies and gentlemen... Oh, by the way, Oscar, I noticed you're conducting the orchestra with your left hand. You're not a lefty.
Oh, I injured my right hand yesterday helping my wife pack her 37 trunks for our vacation.
37 trunks? My word.
Oh, wait, just a minute. Some of those trunks must be Oscar's, aren't they, Oscar?
No, John Conte, they were all hers. Personally, I just travel in a suitcase.
Well, isn't that awfully convenient, Oscar?
Oh, no. Not since my wife punched some air holes in it.
All right. Well, then your vacation is settled. It's practically in the bag. But most families are just beginning to talk about their vacation trips, and one subject that's pretty sure to come up is why not drive to the New York World's Fair? It's a good idea, too, because all the new roads make it easy to drive to New York from any part of the country. And here's a practical suggestion. To learn about the best routes to the fair or any other place, just stop at your neighborhood Good Gulf dealers and take advantage of Gulf's free tour guide service. The experts at the Tour Guide Bureau will prepare special maps for you, showing you just how to go. You'll get the very latest information about road conditions, not only in your own state, but wherever you intend to travel. If you want, the Gulf Tour Guide Bureau will plan interesting side trips, too, so that you and your family can stop off and see various sections of the country. It's fun to plan trips when you use Gulf's tour guide service, and it doesn't cost a single penny either. Gulf pays the postage on the maps right to your home. So if your family is considering a trip to the World's Fair or anywhere else, be sure to see your Good Gulf dealer. Lots of people are going to the fair, of course, but there are lots of roads to carry them, and the free Gulf tour guide service will tell you which to take. Tomorrow, ask your Good Gulf dealer about tour guide service to the World's Fair.
Thank you, John Conte. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you all remember the picture Boy Meets Girl. I take great pleasure in presenting the girl, Marie Wilson.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here tonight because I've been looking forward to being here for so long. Where am I?
Have you ever heard the Screen Guild program?
Oh, yes, many times. But I won't be able to hear it today. My radio's broken.
Well, I see, but don't let this be too much of a shock to you, Marie, but you're on the Screen Guild show right now.
Oh, no wonder I'm so happy to be here. You know, Mr. Gardner, my dream man's on this show.
Oh, really? Who is it? Tyrone Power?
No, guess again.
Lionel Stander?
Guess again.
George Murphy?
Guess again.
Dick Powell?
Guess again.
But that's all that are on the program. Is your dream man any one of them?
That's right, any one of them.
But, Marie, there must be one special one.
Well, yes, there is. That handsome glamour boy.
Oh, I know who you mean.
You guessed it. Lionel Stander.
Lionel Stander? Fine glamour boy.
Yes, isn't he cute? You know, doesn't his face sort of remind you of a song?
Yes, those funny old hills.
Well, you can joke if you want to, but a lot of artists tried to capture its beauty. And it wasn't until last year when one artist, caught his face.
He must have caught it in a concrete mixer. You don't have to take my word for it, because here he is. Lionel Stander.
Listen, pal. Listen, I heard what you said about me. Why, the last time I saw a face like yours, I had to pay a dime. And look at that side view. Why, I could rip a piece of paper and get a better profile.
Well, you may not like my face, but let me tell you this, my charming friend. I have something that draws women to me.
Ain't it heavy for you to carry around a grappling hook? I hate to stand here and dim you in the glare of my masculine pulchritude. Why, I'm so handsome, I used to work in an escort circus. You know, escorting the pampered pets of society to and fro. Or fro and to, they had a choice. For a slight hourly consideration, of course.
I've heard of those professional escorts, sort of Romeos with built-in taximeters.
We used to get calls to take out all kinds of beauties. Dark-haired, golden-haired, and flaxen-haired. But I always took out the same kind.
What was that?
Wire-haired.
Well, I think I can promise you better luck tonight, Lionel. There's a golden-haired beauty here that's anxious to meet you.
Not for me, pal. I'm a woman hater.
Not really.
Yes, sir. Why, do you know, 15 years ago, I made up my mind to ignore the next woman who made a play for me. And I will, too.
Well, that's too bad, Lionel, because here's a little girl who's crazy about you, and she's beautiful, too.
Forget it, pal. Beauty in female form don't interest me.
Oh, then you'll like me, Mr. Stander. I'm the brainy type. Everybody says I'm a mental case.
Scram, babe, I ain't in a cuddly mood. Besides, if there's anything in your head that resembles brains, it's purely coincidental.
Just a minute, you big palooka. You can't talk to her in that tone of voice.
Why not?
It frightens me.
Wait a minute. Hey, Reggie, who is this elf?
Oh, that's Oscar Bradley, our orchestra leader. In his spare time, he makes money diving for cherries in cocktail glasses.
Look here, Oscar, if you ever want to go in a sideshow, I can get you a job as a half man, half nothing.
Oh, Mr. Bradley, I want to thank you for coming to my aid.
Oh, that's all right, Toots. But I have to pay my number now, and I'm going to dedicate it to you.
Oh, thank you. Lionel, why can't you be like Oscar?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they fed me when I was young.
Oh, yes. Mr. Stander, I ought to haul off and give you a dirty look.
Oscar, maybe you better haul off and hit the music instead. Oscar Bradley plays a medley of 2 hits from the new Cotton Club Review. What goes up must come down, and don't worry about me. Thank you, Oscar Bradley. That was fine. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you one of Hollywood's most popular actresses who recently went to England and scored such a tremendous hit in The Citadel, Rosalind Russell.
Thank you, Reginald. It's nice being on the show tonight.
Thank you, Rosalind, and I hope you had an enjoyable stay while over in England. Did you like London? It's really a beautiful city when the fog lifts.
Well, I wouldn't know. I was only there 8 months.
Then you know the London fog.
Slightly. I left my hotel window open one night, and when I got home, the room was so foggy, I had to go to bed by my sense of touch.
It must have been awfully foggy.
Oh, it was terrible. But I finally managed to lie down and pull the covers over me. And when I woke up in the morning, I found I was sleeping under the rug.
Oh, come now, Rosalind. I think you're exaggerating a bit. No fog is that thick.
All I know is I was standing on a street corner one morning, swinging my arms to keep warm, and before I knew it, I swam halfway up the block. I even saw 3 sparrows drown in midair.
As they say in California, very unusual. Yes, indeed.
Oh, by the way, Reggie, is there an Indian reservation around here?
No, Rosalind, I don't think so.
Then what is that totem pole doing there?
Where? Oh, that's Lionel Stander. Lionel? Oh, Lionel. This is Rosalind Russell.
So what?
He certainly has foul manners and a face to match.
You'll have to forgive him, Rosalind. It seems that Lionel is a woman hater.
That's right. I don't have nothing to do with women.
Well, from your point of view, it's understandable. From a woman's point of view, it's advisable.
Yoo-hoo! Oh, Lionel!
Who is that?
My public.
Oh, Miss Russell, I think he's wonderful. But my mind is so collapsible. You think I'm really in love with him?
You must be, dear. I saw you look at him for 2 minutes without flinching. But you've got the wrong attack. When you're in love with a man, you shouldn't let him know it. You should keep him guessing for a long time.
Why, you're wonderful, Miss Russell. Tell me, how can I keep Lionel guessing?
Ask him how much is 2 and 2.
Oh, Lionel,
What do you want, babe?
how much is 2 and 2?
8.
You see, Miss Russell, he knew it all the time. Gee, I wish you'd convince him to be my steady fellow.
Now, don't worry about it, dear. I'll fix it for you. Now, look here, saddle face. You're really in love with Marie.
Forget it. I'm all for women. Marie may be beautiful, but if she were the last woman in the world, I wouldn't take her in out of the cold.
My friend, if she was the last woman in the world, she wouldn't be out in the cold.
You're outsmarting me, babe. I better get somebody else to take my side in this argument. Let me see. Who's around here? Say, Guy, you look like a smart fella. Would you protect me in an argument?
Sure, why not?
That's swell. What's your name, kiddo?
Their own power.
I should have known it was you. Say, Ty, I saw your picture of Jesse James the other night, and I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks, Lionel. You know, we had a lot of trouble making that last scene where the bandit snuck up behind me and was supposed to shoot me in the shoulder.
That's the part that made me mad. I didn't like it when you got shot in the end.
No, neither did I. But it was my own fault for standing up on a chair.
Take my advice, pal. The next time you play that kind of a role, make them give you a bulletproof vest with pants of the same construction. But I still think it was a swell picture and plenty exciting. Gee, I like gun shooting.
Yeah, so do I. You know, I went to see it the other night, and the fight scene scared me stiff. The bandits had Jesse James surrounded. Guns were blazing, men were dropping like flies, and there I sat in the audience. My heart was pounding, and shells were whizzing past my ear.
Wait a minute, pal. You were sitting in the audience, and shells were whizzing past your ear?
Yeah, the guy in back of me was eating peanuts.
Cheap audience, peanuts. I draw the English walnut crowd. You know, I'm a very romantic character. Why didn't they let me play Jesse James? Why, I used to shoot cigarette butts out of guys' mouths at 50 feet. Did you ever do that?
No, I buy my cigarettes.
Oh, hello, Hello, Ty.
Well, hello, Rosalind. What are you doing here?
Oh, Lionel and I were playing catch with Marie Wilson.
That's right, Mr. Power. I'm looking for a steady fellow, but Lionel won't have anything to do with me.
You shouldn't have any trouble finding a fellow, Marie. I think you're wonderful.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Power. Gee, if you only had Lionel's looks.
Hey, pal, get me out of this mess, will you? Do my talking for me and tell her I ain't fit for man or beast. Tell her I'm a bum. Tell her I'm a tramp. You get the idea?
Yeah, you want me to brag about you.
Will you do it or not? And omit the flea-bitten humorous embellishments.
Okay, I'll do it. Now, look, Marie, Lionel isn't your type.
Now, just a minute, Ty. I'm representing Marie, so do your talking to me.
Okay, Rosalind. Now, look, Marie doesn't want Lionel. Just look at him, that big, ugly, horrible hulk of a man.
Confidentially, I'm repulsive.
He's absolutely nauseating, aren't you, Lionel?
Definitely.
I don't care. I love him anyway.
You mean you could actually love this ignoramus, this nincompoop, this
Catastrophe.
Thank you. This horrible catastrophe?
Oh, ad-libbing, huh?
Of course I love him.
Well, you really are a lame brain.
A lame brain, eh? Now, that's an insult, and you can't get away with it. Marie, slap Lionel's face.
Okie dokie.
Ow!
How am I doing, Lionel?
Okay, but I'm glad this argument ain't with Joe Louis.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have called that nitwit a lame brain.
Marie?
Ow!
Well, she is a little on the daffy side.
Marie?
She kicked me.
Marie, why did you kick him?
Oh, I just wanted to break the monotony.
Well, there's no use killing my client. I take back the insults and apologize.
Well, that's different. Marie, kiss Lionel.
Now, wait a minute. Control yourself. No, don't. No, wait a minute.
Come on, pucker up.
How was that, Lionel?
Stick to the insults.
Nothing doing. I just became convinced that Marie is the only girl in the world for
Now,
you.
wait, you can't do
wait.
that.
Don't interrupt. I'm responsible for everything you do. No, Rosalind. When I look into your eyes, I can feel Lionel's pulse beating faster for Marie.
Tyrone, when you talk like that, I get an insane desire to take Lionel into Marie's arms and kiss him with all her heart.
The time has come for the culmination of our great love. Rosalind, will Marie marry Lionel?
What a pal. If I was sure they'd bury him, I'd kill myself.
Gee, this is the first time I've ever been proposed to. I wonder if I'll accept.
Well, Rosalind?
It's a very serious problem for Marie, and I must take time to think it over. She accepts.
Miss Russell, I have a surprise for you. I'm engaged.
Accept my congratulations, too.
How do you like that? I've been trapped by a 20th century fox.
Well, let's go, Rosalind. We better hurry before the travel bureau closes.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you and Miss Russell want with a travel bureau?
What do you think? We've got to go someplace on your honeymoon.
Oh.
In just a moment, Dick Powell will return to sing again for us. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to present the president of the Motion Picture Relief Fund, Mr. Gene Herschel.
Thank you very much. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Motion Picture Relief Fund and the Screen Actors Guild, I'd like to thank the Gulf Oil Companies and the Good Gulf Dealers of America for sponsoring this series of programs. And I want to thank the artists who so unselfishly have given up their time for the fine performances they've contributed. As you know, the proceeds of this program go not to the famous stars who have appeared on it, but to a special fund to be used in building a home for those members of the motion picture industry who are no longer able to provide for themselves. Now, at the end of our first season, the fund for this purpose is well begun, and the ultimate success of the project is already in sight. For that reason, we are all specially grateful for the way in which you listeners have received our efforts. So to you, as well as to the Gulf Oil Companies, we'd like to extend our sincere gratitude, because it's your interest and your loyalty that has made such an outstanding success of the Gulf Screen Guild programs. Once more, may I say thank you.
Thank you, Gene Hersholt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Dick Powell, assisted by the Gulf Quartet and Oscar Bradley's orchestra, brings us a special arrangement of Begin the Begin.
When they begin the begin, it brings back the sound of music so tender. It brings back a night of tropical splendor. It brings back a memory evergreen.
Oh, play the begin.
I'm with you once more under the stars,
Singing and dancing.
and down by the shore an orchestra's playing. And even the palms seem to be swaying when they begin to begin.
Like falling soft around us.
To live it again is past all endeavor, except when that tune clutches my heart. And there we are, swearing to love forever, and promising never, never to part. What moments divine, what rapture serene, till clouds came along to disperse the joys we had tasted. And now when I hear people curse the chance that was wasted, I know but too well what they mean. So don't let the begin. Let the love that was once a fire remain an ember.
Let it sleep like the dead desire I only remember.
When they begin, oh yes, let them begin, let them pray, till the stars of the day before return above you, till you whisper to me once more, darling, I love you, and we suddenly know what heaven we're in.
When they begin the begin.
When they begin.
When they begin the begin. When they begin, when they begin, when they begin, when they begin, when they begin the begin.
Thank you, Dick Powell, Rosalind Russell, Marie Wilson, Tyrone Power, George Murphy, and Lionel Stander for a swell show. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Don't forget, next week, same time, same station, the good Gulf dealer in your neighborhood joins the Gulf Oil Companies in bringing you a new program, the Gulf Musical Playhouse, starring Jane Froman, Jan Pierce, and the music of Erno Rappé. Tonight's Gulf Screen Guild show is written by Sam Perrin and Jess Oppenheimer and directed by Ray McCary. We are grateful to Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer for Rosalind Russell and George Murphy, to Warner Brothers for Marie Wilson, and to 20th Century Fox for Tyrone Power. Dick Powell appeared through the courtesy of the Lifebuoy program, and this is John Conte speaking for the Gulf Oil Companies. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. The Gulf Screen Guild Theater. And your host, Roger Pryor.
Hi, everybody. Your neighborhood good Gulf dealer and the Gulf Oil Companies welcome you to the Gulf Screen Guild Theater. We're really happy to have you with us. And when I say us, I mean Judy Garland, Cary Grant, Mickey Rooney, Ann Southern, and your old favorite Oscar Bradley and his grand music. The Gulf Screen Guild Theater is an autograph hunter's paradise tonight. Practically every big star in Hollywood is sitting right here in the audience. As you know, this is the star's own show. So you see, this is really an occasion. In fact, today is full of occasions. Cary Grant has just been assigned to his new picture, The Front Page. Ann Southern has earned a vacation by finishing up 45 days of shooting on her new sequel to Maisie. And Mickey Rooney is celebrating his 18 years of regular attendance in this world. He and Judy Garland just came back from a big birthday party Louis B. Mayer gave Mickey at Malibu Beach this afternoon. Here they are now, all covered with ice cream and smiles, Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney.
Good morning. We've danced the whole night through. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright. Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say good night. So good morning, good morning. Sunbeams soon smile through. Good morning, my darling, to you.
Now here we are together, a couple of stale ovens. Our day is done at breakfast time, started with our supper. Here we are together, but the best of friends must party. So let me sing this parting song. From the bottom of the old mousetrap is hearty. Good morning.
It's a lovely morning.
Good morning.
Was a wonderful day.
We've danced the whole night through. Good morning to you.
How do you do?
I say good morning.
See, the sun is shining.
I got the morning.
Hear the birdies sing. It's
Great to stay up late. Good morning to you. Now, when the band began to play, the stars were shining bright. Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say good night.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sunbeams will soon smile through.
Good morning.
Oh, tell it.
Good morning.
Tell it, Ma.
Good morning, my darling, to you.
That was swell, Mickey and Judy. Really grand.
Thank you, Mr. Pryor.
Thanks, Rog. I kind of like that tune myself, but, you know, it has no depth of perception, no intensity of feeling. I'd like to rewrite that tune.
Oh, please, Mickey, not this one, too.
Oh, wait a minute. What's this all about?
Oh, Mickey wrote a play, and now he wants to rewrite everything. When we were at the Capitol Theater together, Mickey rewrote every song we sang.
And it worked out swell, too, didn't it?
It did not. Mickey, you know what happened when that fire broke out while we were singing one of your special arrangements.
A fire broke out?
Yes, and we were in an awful predicament.
Well, how do you mean, Judy?
Well, the manager told us to keep singing so the audience would remain calm, and the firemen refused to come into the theater until we stopped singing.
That is a deliberate and premeditated fabrication.
Well, I think you're exaggerating a little myself, Judy. I happen to know that you and Mickey were held over. You stayed in the theater for 3 weeks.
Well, we weren't held over. We were afraid to come out.
I'm sorry, Miss Garland, but I find it beneath my dignity as a playwright to discuss the subject any further.
Well, Mickey, writing a play has certainly improved your vocabulary. You talk like a real author.
Yes, sir, that's me, George Bernard Rooney.
Well, you better take the George Bernard away from the Rooney and stick to Mickey before someone slips you a drink of the same name.
Very funny. It so happens that I sent a copy of my play to George Bernard Shaw himself. And you ought to see the swell letter he sent me after he read it.
See, Mickey, what did Mr. Shaw say about your play?
Oh, wait a minute. I've got George's letter right here in my pocket somewhere.
Georgie?
Why, sure, we're old pals. Here's his letter. It says, Dear Mr. Rooney.
Old pals, right?
Quiet. Dear Mr. Rooney, I read your play and was very happy to note that the dialogue in the first act has the biting sting of satire.
Wow, coming from George Bernard Shaw, that's something.
Gosh, Mickey, I didn't know the first act had the biting sting of satire.
Oh, that's nothing, Judy. Listen to what else he says here. He says, as for the rest of your play, that stings too. Yes, sir. The story can't miss. In fact, my agent read my story while he was eating lunch, and you should have heard him rave about it.
Now, wait a minute, Mickey. Is he a big agent?
Is he a big agent? He was eating, wasn't he? Why, Roger, he liked it so much, he said, Mickey, if I don't sell your story, I'm not an agent. I'm a big horse.
Really? How did he make out?
He came in third at Santa Anita.
Well, maybe he didn't sell it, but I got myself another agent now anyway.
Well, Mickey, what you need to put over your story is a big star.
I say, I think you've got something there. Okay, I'll play in it myself.
No, Mickey. You can't play in your own picture. I'd advise you to get someone for your story like, Cary Grant's going to be here tonight. Why don't you ask him to star in it?
Cary Grant? Let's see. You mean to say that you'd rather see Cary Grant in this picture than me? Now, look here, Roger. Compare the two of us. Now, first look at Cary Grant. All right, he's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, and he's a terrific actor. Now, look at me. I'm, I guess you're right, Roger. I mean about an author not playing in his own picture. Bring on this Cary Grant. He's my man.
No, not right now, Mickey. It's time for Oscar Bradley to play a number.
Okay, which one is Oscar Bradley? I'll ask him to hurry it up.
Oh, there he is by the bandstand.
You mean that little guy, that Aintsy Weents?
Mm-hmm. I'll introduce you to him. Oh, Oscar.
Yes, Mr. Pryor.
Oscar, I want you to meet someone. Oscar Bradley, this is Mickey Rooney.
Hiya, Shorty.
Shorty? Did you call me Shorty?
Yes, are you sensitive about it?
Why, I've got a good mind to break you in half. Or did someone beat me to it?
Let it be understood that anyone who puts a hand on me has to answer to my boyhood chum, John Conte.
Yeah, and who does he have to answer to?
Now, look here, short, blonde, and pugnacious. I can speak for myself, but I won't.
Oh, backing down, eh?
Oh, no, because I'd much rather speak not for myself, but for one of the most important of all the people who bring you the Gulf Screen Guild program. A man, ladies and gentlemen, who lives right in your part of town. He's your local good golf dealer, and whether his name is Joe or Dick or Bill or Harry, he's mighty proud to be bringing you stars like Judy, Carrie, Mickey, and Ann. He's proud to be your host when it comes to service for your car, too. So stop where you see the Gulf orange disc. Try knock-proof Gulf No-Nox gasoline and that extra pure Gulf Pride motor oil. And pick up your free copy of the Gulf Funny Weekly. Yes, your local good Gulf dealer is waiting to say...
Welcome, neighbors. Welcome to your neighborhood good Gulf station.
Oscar Bradley and his orchestra play that swell number from The Wizard of Oz, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Thank you, Oscar. That was swell. And, Mickey, if you've got a copy of your story with you, you'd better get it out, because here comes Cary Grant. Hello, Carrie.
Hello,
Hello, Mr. Grant.
Hiya, Terry, old boy.
Hello, Roger. Nice being here. Haven't seen you for a long time.
Thanks, Carrie. Nice seeing you, too.
Hiya, Terry, old kid.
And Judy, how are you? I saw you in the Wizard of Oz the other day, and believe me, you were terrific.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Hiya, Terry, old pal.
By the way, Roger, I stopped at your house on the way here.
Don't mind me. I'm just waiting for cool weather.
Gee, Mr. Grant, don't you know Mickey Rooney?
Why, sure, Judy. Where is Mickey? Well, for goodness sake, is that Mickey Rooney? Oh, I thought you'd brought along one of the Munchkins.
Munchkin? Why, I'd get mad at that crack if I didn't have an ulterior motive. Why didn't you come to my party, Carrie? I had some good dances lined up for you.
I'm so sorry, Mickey. You see, it was the butler's night out. I had to stay home with the maid.
Oh, Carrie, that's just an excuse. You didn't come to my party because you thought there wouldn't be enough girls there. I know you. You're girl crazy, Grant.
Look who's calling me girl crazy.
Ho, that's very funny. Cary Grant's girl crazy.
What are you laughing at, Bradley? Cary Grant's girl crazy. Listen, Bradley, I happen to know they won't let you walk past the YWCA unless you're on a leash.
Now, look, Carrie, I've written a great story, and all it needs is you to star in it to make it a terrific picture. What do you say?
That's all any story needs to make it a terrific picture.
Oh, thank you, Judy, but really I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, really I'm not.
Oh, you are, too, now.
Oh, no, really I'm not.
Boy, what a ham.
What did you say, Rooney?
I'm sorry. It was all a mistake, Carrie. I was thinking of a line in my picture. The chief smacks his lips.
Now, don't tell it to me, Mickey. I can't act in your picture. Why don't you play in it yourself? You're a swell little actor.
Oh, now, Carrie. No, I insist.
Oh, yes, you really are.
No,
Mickey.
I
Mickey,
insist.
you're a swell actor.
Oh, look, really, I'm not, Carrie.
What a ham.
I know, but you know how it is. An author can't play in his own picture. Just like a barber never cuts his own hair and a dentist never pulls his own teeth. Doctor never operates upon himself.
Ah, but you're wrong, Mickey. My Uncle Julius did all those things.
No.
Why, certainly, and a lot more, too. Uncle Julius lived by one rule. No matter what business he went into, he was always his own first customer.
No kidding.
Yes, sir. He'd still be with us now if he hadn't gone into the embalming business. Never forget it, Mickey. It happened in the window of his embalming shop while he was demonstrating an awful thing, poor man.
That uncle of yours must have been a very remarkable fellow. You know, I'd like to have seen your uncle.
Well, Roger, you go down to the shop any time you like. He's still in the window. I pass by every night, wave to him on my way home.
Now, you don't really need to tell me
Say,
that.
Carrie, how about starring in my picture?
Mickey, I'm talking to Carrie.
Sorry, Roger, but this is business. My picture must be produced.
Now, listen here, Mickey Rooney.
Daryl Rooney to you, and stand aside. I'm a very busy genius. Now, look, Carrie. Look, at least give this a chance before you turn it down. You don't know anything about the story, the music, or anything. Now, look.
Yes.
Look, here's a song that's in the picture. You just sing it once, and I'm sure it'll convince you.
Sing a song. I haven't got a good voice.
Oh, you don't need a good voice for this song. I wrote it.
But, Mickey, this is...
Here's the situation. Your sweetheart has disappeared, and after searching for her unsuccessfully for 20 years, you sit in front of the radio that she once gave you and sing this beautiful ballad. Okay, Carrie, give it everything you've got, will you?
I love to listen to my radio. Gee, how it thrills me when I hear it go.
Good morning, kiddies. Throw out that bum.
Take off a tube of butter, and when you've got your pan all greased and gooey.
That's when I think of you. When shadows fall at the close of the day, I turn on the switch and it starts into play.
Chef comes in with a jab to the head, a hook to the jaw, and a smash to the nose. Oh, this is terrible.
Kill him!
Throw out that bum.
Say that you love me true. I must be emphatic. Don't think I'm erratic. That wonderful static. Don't give me a headache. Oh, I love those tones, dearest, although they make me feel blue. Ooh.
Throw out that bum.
Ah, I love to listen to my radio. Gee, how it thrills me when I hear it go. Someday you'll hear it too.
Well, Carrie, I guess you'll play in my picture now, huh? What did you think of that song?
What song? I didn't hear it. Well, let's change the subject. What's new, Roger?
Oh, I don't know, Carrie. Taking up flying, you know.
Ah, flying! A wonderful sport. Thrilling, eh, what?
Oh,
Wings,
yes,
spikes and
it's
stuff.
wonderful being up in the air. You know, you feel so safe above the ground, above the clouds, above the pigeons.
Above Rooney.
Above everything. And, you know, yesterday I was at the controls for 4 hours and 16 minutes, and that's plenty nerve-wracking.
4 hours and 16 minutes?
Yes, sir. Ask Ann Southern when she gets here. She's Mrs. Pryor, you know.
You mean Ann Southern is going to be here? That vivacious, lovely creature? That charming bit of feminine pulchritude?
Now, look here, Grant. You can't talk about my wife that way.
Oh.
You remember I'm the master of ceremonies around here. Well, here she is now, that vivacious, lovely creature, that charming bit of feminine pulchritude, Ann Southern.
Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, darling.
Hello, honey.
Oh, hello, Roger. Are you here, too?
And Roger and I were talking about flying a plane. He said he was at the controls for 4 hours and 16 minutes.
Yes, that's right, Carrie. But then he had to get out because somebody wanted to take the plane up. Oh, poor Roger. He'll never be an aviator. He simply can't stand high altitude. You know, a lot of people have that trouble.
I know. Has Roger got it bad?
Bad? Why, every time he steps on a thick rug, his ears pop. Incidentally, Carrie, did Roger bring one of his planes into the theater? I heard an awful racket here a couple of minutes ago.
Well, no, Ann. I don't know what it could have been. A couple of minutes ago, everything was quiet. Roger was sitting over there. I was singing. There was Mickey,
that's
maybe.
what it was.
Oh, I suppose you don't like my voice, huh?
Do you?
Well, that's beside the point. Anyway, that song Mickey Rooney wrote would make anybody's voice sound bad. You may not know it, but when I was a kid, I sang in a choir. I had the deepest voice in the bass section.
Deep?
Yeah, deep. My voice was so low, they used to squeeze. Let me go back over that. My voice was so low, they used to squeeze a bullfrog to give me the pitch. I did it. I made it. Finally, you get everything.
Yes, I believe that. By the way, Carrie, I know you're always on the lookout for good stories, and I've got just the picture for you.
Really, Ann? Well, you know I've always respected your judgment on stories.
Oh, really? Well, thanks, Carrie. This is by Mickey Rooney.
I no longer respect your judgment on stories.
Now, wait a minute. He's a cute kid. He should be encouraged.
Cute kid.
Carrie, now listen to this wonderful plot he's written. It's about a doctor who gets lost in the jungle and a newspaper reporter who goes out to find him.
Well, that's a nice original story. I hope I do as well with it as Spencer Tracy did. What's the title of it?
Stanislaus and Liverwurst. Oh, that's nothing. Wait till Mickey tells you the rest of it. Oh, Mickey. Mickey.
No, Ann.
Daryl, we're coming!
Mickey, I'm telling Carrie about your story. I've got to the part where the reporter, Stanislaus, goes to look for Dr. Liverwurst.
Oh, yes, I remember. Well, after several days of wandering through the jungle, the cannibals capture Stanislaus, but he's rescued by Tarzan's mate, who has just returned from Reno.
Reno?
Yes, you see, she just divorced Tarzan.
Oh, fine. I suppose she got the custody of their son and 4 monkeys, huh? Or was it 5 monkeys? I can't count.
That was only the build-up for the big scene. Now, let's act it out, so you can get the real idea. I've got several copies here. Carrie, you be Stanislaus, Ann, you be Tarzan's mate, and Roger, there's a part of an aviator in this. Will you be the aviator?
Will I? Oh, boy. Contact.
Okay, now you've all got your scripts. Now, on with the scene.
Oh, Stanislaus, my darling.
Ah, Tarzan's mate. If I love you, I must leave you forever. Here comes my aeroplane now. Here comes my aeroplane now. Here comes
Roger, come here.
There went my aeroplane now.
Well, never mind. You can get it the next time around. Farewell, Stanislaus.
Farewell, Tarzan's mate. Hey, was that my plane again, or was it just Roger expressing an opinion?
At last, we are alone, miles from civilization. Oh, I'll take it. Go on with the plane, Mickey. Hello? Hello, yeah?
Oh, what a story, Mickey. It's a real career killer, that one.
I
It isn't very pretty, is it?
No, Mickey, no, it isn't.
Sort of nauseating, huh? I wondered why I got sick every time I told it to anyone. I guess I'd better stick to my career as an actor, huh?
Yes, I think so.
Mickey, it was MGM. They just wanted to let you know that they bought a new Andy Hardy story for you.
Oh, why, that's swell. What are they going to call this one?
Andy Hardy finds Stanislaus and liverwurst. Roger, you can come down now.
Are you all set for the question box, Roger?
Yes, Johnny, in just a second. We've got something different for you, ladies and gentlemen. The question box. To find out what the stars really know about Hollywood. You round up our victims for us, will you, Johnny?
Okay, Rog.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the motion picture industry isn't made up entirely of successful and glamorous stars. There are lots of old-timers who just didn't get the break. Old-timers who, because of circumstances, would find the future pretty black. But now they'll be taken care of. Because the Gulf Screen Guild Theater is a show with a purpose. Every single cent of the money that Gulf would ordinarily pay to the stars who appear in the Gulf Screen Guild Theater is given to the Motion Picture Relief Fund to build a home for those members of the motion picture industry who can't provide for themselves anymore. That's why Gulf can draw so freely on all the famous Hollywood stars, and why they, in turn, are so glad to be here.
What say, Roger? Well, you bet we're glad to be here.
Well, thank you, Carrie. And now the question box. If the question is answered wrong, better late than never. The contestant must pay a forfeit by doing anything I ask him to. Okay, Johnny Conti, bring out the question box.
And here it is, Roger.
Thanks, John. Judy Garland, the first question is yours.
I'm ready.
Well, here's the question, Judy. In Mutiny on the Bounty, who played the cabin boy?
The cabin boy in Mutiny on the Bounty, Francho Tone.
That's right.
Oh, this game's a cinch.
Okay, Carrie, you're next.
Shoot the question to me, Rog, boy.
All right, here it is, Carrie. Do you know who Darrell F. Zanuck is?
Well, is that the question?
No. The question is, what does the F stand for?
What F?
Darrell F. Zanuck.
F.
Mm-hmm.
How did that F get in there?
Come on now. What does the F stand for in Darrell F.
Zanuck?
Never get it.
Philip? No. I'll give up. Give up. What's the forfeit?
All right, Darrell F. Zanuck's middle name is Francis. And the forfeit, well, now, let me see. All right? You imitate Donald Duck reciting Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Roger.
I'm not kidding. Come on, I'll do it.
Mary had a little lamb, and he...
Well, you paid your debt to society, Carrie. And now the next question goes to Ann Southern. What famous star is married to Jane Peters?
What famous star is married to Jane Peters?
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't tell me. Carol Lombard's name is Jane Peters.
Yeah.
And her husband is Clark Gable.
That's right, Ann. And incidentally, Clark Gable will be here on the Gulf Screen Guild Theater next week.
What am I, stooging again for you?
And now the next question goes to Mickey Rooney. You ready, Mickey?
I'm always ready, Rod.
Okay, we've got a special question for you, Mickey. It comes in 3 parts.
All right, skip the build-up and just give it to me.
All right, here it is. First, in the new picture, Fifth Avenue Girl, name the girl.
Ginger Rogers. Nice kid, too.
Yes, Mickey, you're right on both counts. And Ginger Rogers is another star who will be on the Gulf Screen Guild Theater next week. And now, Mickey, for the second part of the question. In the picture, boy meets girl, name the girl.
Marie Wilson. Oh, this is ridiculous. I mean, I could go on for hours.
Yes, I guess we're underestimating you, Mickey. Anyway, here's the third part. In the picture, 100 men and a girl.
Yes.
Name the 100 men.
Oh, wait a minute. This is a frame-up.
No, never mind that. Now, you have to pay a forfeit. Let me see. You must do the famous speech that Charles Lawton did in Mutiny on the Bounty as Katharine Hepburn would do it. All right, come on.
Oh, Mr. Christian, when I find you, I'm going to hang you on the highest yard arm of the British fleet. Really, I will. Oh, and I laid a fried egg.
Judy Garland, the Gulf Quintet, Oscar Brad and his boys, and it's God's country.
Hear ye if you're frowning and worried. Hear ye if your life is all wrong. Stand up This is no time for worrying. Stand up and give out with a song. Hi there, neighbor, going my way. East or west on the Lincoln Highway. Hi there, Yankee, give up with a great big thank you. You're in God's country, where grass is greener, timber taller, mountains bigger and trouble smaller. Hi there, chappie, you ought to be gay and happy. You're in God's country. 100 million rooters can't be wrong, so give a hand, give a hand, give a cheer for your land. When smiles are broader, freedom's greater. Let every man thank his own creator. Hi there, Yankee, give up with a great big thank you. You're in God's country. If your point of view is drab, take a quick vacation. Fill your car with good Gulf gas and drive around the nation. Leave your troubles all behind, dust off your machinery. Sweep those cobwebs off your mind and view the nation's scenery. Turn your faces to the east, watch the lovely sunrise. Fill your soul with morning sun, there is work that must be done. You will find it lots more fun if you stand up and sing.
Let's wave that flag for Uncle Sammy,
for Jessel's mother and Jolson's mammy.
Hi there, Yankee, give out with a great big thank you.
You're in God's country.
Got steak and taters on the table.
Got Robert Taylor and Clarky Gable.
Hi there, Yankee, give out with a great big thank you.
You're in God's country.
100 million rooters can't be wrong, so give a hand.
Give a smile.
Give a cheer for your land. We've got garbo, lots of other,
and we've got 3 of the 4 March Brothers.
Hi there, Yankee, give up with a great big thank you.
You're in God's country.
Thank you, Judy. Honey pie, that was really great. I'm going right over and see that picture, Babes in Arms, in which you sing that song. And now, boys and girls, don't forget, next week on our Gulf Screen Guild Theater, we'll have Clark Gable, Ginger Rogers, Margaret Lindsay, Spencer Charters, and, of course, Oscar Bradley and his orchestra. I just want to tell you who are listening how much we appreciate you being with us tonight. You've really been a great audience. You've been swell. When we say swell, we mean you're lovely as well. When we say lovely, we mean glorious, too. We're mad about you. You're about the grandest gang that we ever knew. You've got just what it takes. And we'll admit, we get the luckiest breaks. Or what else could it be? When it's folks like you who listen to us, honestly, gee, but you're swell. And now, be with us again next week, won't you? Good. Until then, this is Roger Pryor saying, good night, everybody.
This is John Conte saying thank you and good night for your neighborhood Good Gulf dealer.
We are grateful to MGM for Ann Southern, Judy Garland, and Mickey Rooney, and for Roger Eden's arrangements of Judy Garland's song. Miss Garland will start her new radio series for Pepsodent next Tuesday over another network. God's Country and Good Morning were from the motion picture Babes in Arms. This broadcast originated in the Earl Carroll Theater, Columbia Square, Hollywood, California. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Gulf Screen Guild Theater. And your host, Roger Pryor. buddy. Your neighborhood good Gulf dealer and the Gulf Oil Companies again welcome you to the Gulf Screen Guild Theater. Got a great cast for you tonight. Ginger Rogers, Margaret Lindsay, Clark Gable, Spencer Charters, and of course your old friend Oscar Bradley and his Gulf Orchestra. By the way, I was lucky enough to catch a sneak preview of Gone with the Wind the other night, and I know you'll all be glad to hear that Clark Gable is terrific as Red Butler. I haven't any picture news on Ginger Rogers or Margaret Lindsay at the moment because since Ginger finished my Fifth Avenue Girl for RKO and Margaret got through with British Intelligence for Warner Brothers, both of the girls have been taking a well-earned rest and going to the tennis matches. And now in the moment that remains before the lights dim and the curtain rises, I just want to remind you that the Gulf Screen Guild Theater is most unusual because every single cent of the money that Gulf would ordinarily give to the stars who appear on the stage of the Gulf Theater is given to the Motion Picture Relief Fund. Given to build a home for those members of the motion picture industry who can't provide for themselves anymore. And now, as stage manager of tonight's comedy drama of Hollywood, Imperfect Lady, written by Charlie Palmer, my job is to set the scene and tell you the cast of the play is a quartet of star-spangled names from the great Luxor Studios. Manny Mason, the producer, is played by Spencer Charters. Lisa Guerin is Margaret Lindsay, Clark Gable is Jerry Gates, and Ginger Rogers is Donna Brown. Yes, I'm in it too. I play the part of Riddle, your Hollywood correspondent. The curtain goes up and we hear Riddle broadcasting in the lobby of the Carthay Circle after the preview of the Luxor picture Southern Cross. Well, I guess that just about winds up this broadcast. This is Riddle, your Hollywood correspondent, speaking to you from the lobby of the Carthay Circle. This was the preview of Luxor's Southern Cross, said to be the most stupendous, most colossal, most lavish spectacle ever put on the screen. Produced by Manny Mason, starring Lisa Guerin, and written by that great team, Donna Brown and Jerry Gates. There they go now, right out through the lobby, bowing and smiling to friends and admirers. As they wait for their cars, they're congratulating each other on the world acclaim that will be theirs. The four happiest people in Hollywood tonight, without question.
Now, Lisa, it wasn't your fault the picture was a flop.
Of course it wasn't my fault, Manny Mason. It was the production.
I spent $1 million on that production. It was a script.
The script. You okayed every line of dialogue I wrote.
Manny and I aren't blaming you, Jerry. We were ruined by a poor story.
My story, you mean?
It was your story, wasn't it, Miss Brown?
I thought I smelled a flop when I read it, but Manny said it was the incinerator next door.
I thought it had come down to me. The production, the acting, the dialogue were just swell, but my story laid an egg. Is that it?
What's the matter, Donna? Can't you take it?
Sure, I can take it, but not the way you dish it out.
Just like a woman, you're taking it personally.
All right, then let's get personal. Lisa Guerin has turned you from a writer into a rubber stamp.
You don't say.
You didn't write the dialogue. Lisa rewrote it.
No, did she?
Yes, and I'm walking out.
Go ahead and walk out.
I'll never work for Luxor again.
Is that a promise?
Or with you either, Jerry Gates.
You're breaking my heart.
Good night.
Good night.
Look, Manny, 6 months ago, after that turkey, I told you I was through.
Now, Donna. And count me out. I'm not taking off on another flop.
Jerry, please.
My story a flop? Well, you haven't even read it.
I thought you said goodbye for good, Donna.
I did, but Manny socked me with a contract when I wasn't looking.
That's a good story. Why not use it sometime?
Look, Jerry, with Donna's story and your dialogue, we can't miss this time. Well, I can close my eyes and see an Academy Award.
Well, open them up and see the bitter truth.
It's no soap, Manny.
Why, this is going to be an awful disappointment to Lisa Guerin.
Lisa Guerin? What's Lisa got to do with it?
She's going to play the star part.
Now, wait a minute, Manny. You're not going to put her in my story.
Oh, why didn't you tell me you were going to cast Lisa, Manny?
I just thought of it.
Well, of course. Lisa puts a different light on the whole thing.
Then you'll do the screenplay?
Well, sure. I'll take a crack at it.
Oh, you'll take a crack at it.
Yes, I'll take a crack at it.
All right.
What do you mean, all right?
Count me in too, Manny.
You'll work with Jerry?
I wouldn't miss, not if Guerin's going to be the star.
If we work together, it'll be done my way.
Your way?
Then we'll have a picture.
Like Southern Cross when you and Lisa gave me the double cross.
Let's leave Lisa out.
In my treatment, she'll be out all right.
Now, that's the way I like to see writers get along.
All right, Jerry, you don't like the speech.
Speech? Since when did the word yes become a speech?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Yes, and it finishes off the sequence.
Yeah, and it also just about finishes off Lisa Guerin.
Return trip. We're back to Lisa again.
She has to have something to say, unless you wanted to express herself in sign language.
No, she'd never be able to think up the sign.
Just listen to this dialogue you've given her. Yes. No. Oh, really? Oh.
Well, she's got one long speech.
You mean where she says thank you?
Mm-hmm. And if she says it the right way, it'll be her big opportunity.
Oh, look, Jerry, I want this picture to be a success. Just because you're holding hands with Lisa.
Who said so? I like Lisa. I respect her work.
Fan number one.
That doesn't mean that every word is written with a throbbing heart.
Okay, let's get on with the writing. And for the 15th time today, let's keep personalities out of it.
Jerry, it's Lisa. Open
As
the door.
I said, let's keep personalities out.
All right, Lisa.
I just knew you were dying for some tea. Oh, hello, Donna.
Oh.
Well, that's nice, Lisa. Only look, we're right in the middle of a tough scene.
Oh, well, you always work better after tea, doesn't he, Donna?
Does it?
Everyone does. Let's see, you like it strong, don't you?
Yes. Did you just get off the set?
Yes, and I'm utterly exhausted. Such a day. Strong or weak, Donna?
Strong, like I'm trying to be. Now, about this scene, Jerry.
Oh, you must let me see it. You know, I almost feel that I've had a part in the actual writing of this picture.
You have, definitely.
Oh, you're sweet. Now, Jerry takes 2 lumps of sugar. How about you, Donna?
Now, I'm a lemon personality. I'll take over the typewriter and do the first draft, Jerry.
Oh, I do hope you're doing one of my scenes. Of course, I don't want to criticize, but some of the dialogue sounds as though it were being written by someone who wasn't, well, sympathetic to my work.
I'm saving my sympathy to give you after the preview.
Look, girls, I know tea's important, but if we don't finish this scene for tomorrow's shooting, there may not be any preview.
Then let's talk it over. You see, I definitely feel I'm not getting what I want.
If you two don't mind, I'll work in the next office.
Oh, but this concerns you, Donna. For weeks now, I've been trying to give you my best thoughts on the characterization.
And for weeks, I've been taking them like capsules, morning and night.
But you're writing me too vague. You're losing sight of my naturally vibrant personality.
Lisa, maybe we're not talking about the same script. I thought the character was spiritual.
That was my impression, too.
Spiritual? If you write me any more spiritual in this next scene, I'll take off.
Now, look, Lisa.
Where is the glamour the public expects of me? Where is my appeal?
You tell us.
We'll work together from now on. You go ahead and write, and I'll sit here and give you my ideas. More tea, Jerry?
Yes. Strong.
Donna?
Double strength. And a handful of crackers to crumble. Jerry, do you realize we're almost done? As soon as we crack this last scene, the job's finished.
Yes, you know I'm kind of sorry.
Oh, my, Jerry.
Hasn't seemed like work. We've had a lot of fun these last few weeks.
Yes, we have.
Well, I suppose we'll work on other pictures.
I hope so.
Isn't as though we'll be saying goodbye for good when this is over.
No. Maybe we could, well, call each other up once in a while.
Sure, we could do that.
Jerry.
Yes, Donna?
Nothing. I guess we better get on with this last scene.
Yes, I guess we better.
I've got it sketched out here on paper. You probably won't like it.
Oh, sure, I'll like it.
It's where this Gordon fellow returns, and he walks up the path to the cottage and finds Lisa waiting at the door. Here, let's read it over. Gordon says you read it.
Yes, I'm back, Susan.
It's been so long, but I knew you'd come.
They told me you'd gone away.
I didn't go. Didn't I say I'd wait for you?
Nothing's changed. Everything's just as it was the day I left.
Yes, everything's the same, except that I love you more.
Donna.
Jerry.
I love you.
I love you.
That's not in the script.
I know it isn't.
I'm speaking for myself.
Well, so am I.
It's been on my mind for weeks.
Mine, too.
At first, I thought it was nuts.
I knew I was.
Can't happen this way.
The same old plot we've written so often couldn't happen to you and me.
Well, it's always been surefire, so it ought to be good enough for us. Well, what are we going to do about it? Look, we ought to celebrate or something.
Well, I've got a new dress. Poor thing, it's never seen Earl Carroll.
Well, okay, I'll drop you off at your place. I'll chase on down to the studio and tell them to type up this last scene for tomorrow's shooting.
Yeah?
I'll pick you up at 6:30.
Oh, no. We'll save time if I meet you at Earl Carroll.
Oh, so you're telling me what to do already when we're not even married. We're just engaged.
Well, how about a quickie proposal?
Good Lord, do I have to go through that?
No, darling. Just kiss me again. Only this time, make it slow motion. Hello? Hello, Luxor Studio? Is this Mike? Oh, listen, Mike, this is Donna Brown. I've been waiting here at Earl Carroll's for an hour. Did Jerry Gates come back to the studio? Oh, he didn't? You're sure? All right, Mike, thanks.
Hi, Donna.
Hello, Red.
What's news?
You tell me.
Not one item for tomorrow's column.
That's funny. You usually carry more dirt than a Kansas dust storm.
I hear you and Jerry finished the picture.
Who told you?
Lisa Garrett.
When?
I talked to her on the phone about 6:30.
Where?
Her apartment. She said she and Jerry Gates might go out and celebrate. Yeah, and from where I sit, they're doing it.
What do you mean?
Well, there they are.
Yeah, there they are.
Say, Jerry's not the guy you had the date with, is he?
That's a nice item for your column, isn't it?
You don't mind, Donna?
Oh, not in the least, Red. That's just small talk. How about an exclusive for a headline?
I'll buy it.
Then follow me.
Hey, where are we going?
To see Jerry Gates.
Oh, but Donna.
Hello, Jerry.
Now, Donna, look, I want to explain.
Oh, don't bother.
Now, wait a minute.
Hello, Donna. So, Lisa Guerin, I found you out at last. You mean found me out?
Shh, Donna, not so loud. What are you trying
I've
to do?
kept quiet long enough, Jerry Gates, while you flaunted your women behind my back.
Skip the double talk, will you?
She's trying to create a scene. That's right. Brazen it out, you siren. Brazen what out? Deny it if you can that you've ensnared him. Oh, Jerry, to think how I've scrimped and saved to help you become famous.
Say, is there a doctor in the house?
And now that you're a success, you cast me aside. Well, this is the end. I'm through. Do you hear? I'm through.
Well, that's great. Now, let's get back to where I came in.
There's no going back now. This is for your column, Riddle. I'm going to get a divorce. Good night.
Divorce? Look, she's gone out of her mind. Stop her, somebody. Hey, Donna. Hold on, Gates. You want to make a statement? Yes, go to the devil. Donna! You want to be quoted, Miss Guerin?
Yes, by all means, I certainly do. Say that... Oh!
Boy, oh boy, what a story. When asked for a statement on the marriage and impending divorce of Donna Brown and Jerry Gates, the glamorous Lisa Guerin fainted for publication.
In just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, the curtain will rise on the second act of our play. You'll find out more about Donna and Jerry, two people who live and work right here in Hollywood. But before the curtain goes up, I'd like to tell you about a man who lives and works right in your town. The man who brings you this program. He's your neighborhood good Gulf dealer, and he's not the kind of fellow who cranks out so many gallons of gasoline and lets it go at that. He knows that the gas he sells means many miles on the highway. A great many miles if you use Gulf No Knox. And he wants those miles to be economical and carefree. That's why he's ready with that swell Gulf service. Your good Gulf dealer sure is the doctor when it comes to fixing up little things about your car. He can take the air pressure in your tires as carefully as a physician taking your pulse. He makes the engine say, ah, while he checks your motor oil. Why, he's even got a prescription for that gloomy feeling. The Gulf Funny Weekly, which, incidentally, has pictures this week of some of the stars who appear in the Gulf Screen Guild Theater. All those little special services have just one aim, that your miles with Gulf No-Knox gasoline shall be both many and happy. Why not get to know your local good Gulf dealer? Let him be your host along the highway as well as here in the Gulf Theater.
The curtain of the Gulf Screen Guild Theater is about to rise on the second act of the comedy drama Imperfect Lady, starring Ginger Rogers, Margaret Lindsay, Clark Gable, Spencer Charters, with yours truly in the supporting cast. Lights, music, and curtain. Sorry, fellows, but I can't say anything for publication about the divorce until I talk things over with my wife, Donna Brown.
Sorry, boys, I can't tell you who I'll name as the other woman until I talk with Lisa Guerin. Sorry, gentlemen, I can't tell you what my plans will be until I talk to my producer, Manny Mason.
Sorry, fellas, for the first time in his life, Manny Mason ain't got nothing to say.
Good evening, everybody. This is Riddle, your Hollywood correspondent. Here's a hot item in the marriage blow-up of Jerry Gates and Donna Brown. This afternoon, Jerry sent Donna flowers. Take it from me to you, this looks like a reconciliation. Jerry Gates' flowers are reposing in Donna Brown's ash can. Take it from me to you, there'll be no reconciliation. It's all right, boys. Now, right here by the swimming pool. Now, play something soft and romantic. You know, a serenade.
Si, Senor Gates. 1 and 2 and commence.
Climb one more step up that ladder and I'll call the police, so help me, Jerry.
What's hid from yonder window, Grace? Ah, it is my lady. Oh, it is my love.
You really ought to book your climbing act.
Yeah, I stole it from Tarzan.
What poise, what manner, what control.
You should see me on the flying ring.
Who's the gang you brought with you?
Genuine Italian hillbillies. Now get your head back. I'm coming in.
Are you really? No, I know you're going to take this very hard, Jerry, but I just don't want you around.
But I want to explain about the other night at Earl Carroll's.
Your sense of humor is too much for me. I'm afraid I wouldn't laugh in the right place.
I wasn't going to stand you up. I was just late.
And Lisa Garrett?
I didn't bring her. I met her at the door, and she simply walked in with me.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to be left alone.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to stay right here till we get this thing settled.
For the last time, will you please go quietly?
Just when we're on the very brink of an understanding? No, I mean to get action.
Oh, well, if it's action you want, you'll get it. Hold tight, because here it comes.
Wait, Donna. Donna, don't push that ladder. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, look out below. Opal's not here, darling, but I'm home.
What? Jerry Gates, what are you doing in my apartment?
I've moved in.
You've moved in?
Yes, by order of the court. Thanks to you, I was Judge Byers' guest at the city jail last night after that high dive into the swimming pool.
What's the judge got to do with your breaking into my apartment?
He told me to be firm.
Oh, did he?
Firm, but gentle. He said to come home to my wife and insist that we share the same hearthstone.
Where's my maid, Opal?
I sent her home.
You did?
Yes, I gave her the week off. I told her we were going to have our second honeymoon and we didn't want outsiders around.
Your mother must be very proud of you. What have you done to my apartment? It looks like an auction room.
Oh, that's just a few of my best odds and ends. The homey touch. Gives the room a lived-in look, don't you think?
Take that overstuffed sardine off my mantel.
That's a tuna. I caught it myself.
Well, too bad it didn't catch you. And what, please, are your ice skates doing on my love seat?
That's the best place for them. Of course, from now on, this room will be known as the den.
Oh, it will.
And before I forget, I had to throw a few of your dresses on the bed, darling, to make room for my things. We're a little short of closet space.
Will you get out of here before I scream and wake myself up?
Excuse me, darling. I'll have to answer the door. Must be some of the boys I asked in. Oh, hello, fellas. Come right in.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Red.
Hope you don't mind us butting in, but we just had to get some pictures.
Oh, sure. Donna understands, Red. Why, didn't she give you the biggest story of the year?
We'll make it snappy. Okay, boys.
This is all a horrible mistake.
Yes, it certainly was, darling. But thank heaven we both came to our senses in time. You all set, boys? Now, smile, Donna.
How?
That's swell. That's a swell shot. Now we'll have one of you sitting, Donna, and Jerry bending over you.
Now, not too many, Red. Mrs. Gates is a little tired.
Definitely.
Yeah, she's been redecorating the apartment.
Nothing like a woman's touch.
As you said it. Just look at my riding boots there by the fireplace. Any other woman would put slippers there, but not Donna. Nothing small about her.
That's a swell shot. Now we'd like to shoot you alone, Jerry.
So would I. At 10 paces.
You're talking a little wild there, aren't you, darling? Nerves. Just a bundle of nerves. You know, we've crowded too much into this one day.
I've never felt better in my life. For once, for all...
Darling, that's the sweetest thing you ever said to me. Kiss?
That's honey. Thanks a lot, Jerry. Come on, fellas.
Yes, come back again, fellas, anytime you want some pictures. We'll give you a lot of new poses in the love seat, on top of the piano, standing on our heads. We're always at home to the press. The gates stand wide open for publicity. Mrs. Gates, I'm sleepy.
So am I. Why don't you go home?
I am home.
Look, how long are you going to keep this farce going?
Forever, maybe. Strange as it may seem, I love you, even if you are only my wife.
I'm not your wife.
Well, everybody thinks you are, so I'm going to be a model husband.
For the last time, will you please go home?
Desert my wife on our second honeymoon? You think I'm a cad?
Are you really going to stay?
Well, didn't I just wind up the cat and put out the clock? We really must get a clock, darling. Home isn't home without a clock to put out.
All right. If that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be.
Yes. I knew you'd come to your senses.
I'm dreadfully thirsty. Would you step in the bathroom and get me a glass of water?
Why, of course, darling. Do you prefer cold or hot?
Cold. Let it run.
Where's the glass?
Up on the shelf.
Well, I don't see it.
Just keep looking, darling.
Hey, Donna.
Good night, darling.
Open this door.
Pleasant dreams. I think you'll find the tub very comfortable if you use the bath sponge for a pillow. Sleep tight, sweetheart.
Open this door. Hey, Donna. Open this door.
Oh, good morning, Lisa.
Hello, Donna. Sorry to disturb you so early.
Oh, that's quite all right. Come in, Lisa.
Thank you.
I got up early to do some packing. You don't mind if I go on with it?
Oh, not at all. Going away, Donna?
Yes, far, far away.
To get your divorce, I presume.
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I'll take care of that while I'm away.
Well, I'm glad you've decided to do the sensible thing. You know, you've been a bit of a dog in the manger, Donna. You don't want Jerry, but you don't want any other woman to have him either.
That's where you're wrong, Lisa. I don't care who has him.
Then why didn't you divorce him long ago?
Well, I guess I just never got around to it. You know how you keep putting those things off.
Yes. You put it off until you could pull that scene to try and ruin my career.
I wasn't even thinking of your career or you. Look, I'm in a hurry. Will you please come to the point, Lisa?
Certainly. When you divorce Jerry, I'm taking him over.
Oh, you are?
You don't mind?
No. But aren't you forgetting Jerry may be in love with me?
In love with you?
Mm-hmm.
Then why haven't you lived together? Why, the separate apartments?
Just a blind. Jerry's lived here all the time.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Or perhaps if you saw him, it might convince you. Let me see. This hour, he's usually in the bathroom. Jerry, darling, excuse me for disturbing you, but you've been in there so long. Come out, dear. We have company.
Say, it's about time. Let's stop playing games. Oh, hello, Lisa. I was just shaving.
So, you came back to her?
Yes, I guess I'm just a weak character, Lisa.
No. You're soft-hearted. And Donna's taken advantage of you.
Say, you're right, Lisa. I never could hold out against a woman's tears.
Whose tears?
When Donna came to me on her knees and begged me to give her just one more chance.
Look, what is this?
I knew it. She's tricked you, Jerry.
Oh, don't tell me that, Lisa.
She has. Now that she's got you back, she's going to walk out on you just to get even.
Oh, Donna, you wouldn't. You couldn't. Oh, tell me that isn't so.
If she did, she'd be lying. She told me herself she was leaving to get a divorce.
Donna, is this true?
So what?
So what? Oh, what about our children?
Did you say children?
Oh, yes. I can break the news to George. He's in high school, but how will I ever tell Peter?
Peter?
Oh, you tell her about Peter, Donna. I just can't.
Peter? Oh, Peter. Oh, well, Peter's in reform school.
Reform school?
Now, don't cry, Donna. The boy's smart. He may break out.
But he's not a bad boy at heart.
No, he's just a little precocious.
What did Peter do?
Well, he set William on fire.
William? William. Yes, William. Yes, he's our baby. He's just, how old is he, Donna? You've been closer to him than I have.
Just a year.
Yes, he's still on the bottle.
And if you take over, Lisa, don't worry, I'll show you how to mix up his formula.
It's idiotic.
Idiotic? Oh, no. The doctor says William may be a little backward.
But he's certainly not an idiot.
I mean, it's insane for me to waste time trying to help someone who won't be helped. Who's so sunk in the mire of domesticity, it's positively sickening.
Lisa, you're not Lisa.
I most certainly am.
But aren't you going to take over? Be a mother to my children?
And become the mother of more Roman candles? No, thank you. Good morning and goodbye.
Exit Lisa.
And now exit Donna. Will you stand yourself in some corner out of the way while I finish my packing?
Oh, we going someplace?
I am.
Well, I'll come along. I've got nothing to do. Let's see. Will I need my stuffed tuna and my ice skates?
I'm going alone.
Donna, you're going to desert me when I've just become the father of 3 children?
Oh, Jerry, please stop kidding.
Oh, look, Donna, you and I don't matter, but those 3 kids, they need you.
If you don't stop talking like that, I'll begin to believe it myself.
And their father needs you.
Does he? Really?
And what we both need is someone to marry us.
But what will people say?
I've got a little farm up in the valley. And my next-door neighbor is Justice of the Peace, who's been marrying couples quietly for years.
Well, I suppose we owe it to society.
Whether we like it or not.
But you know, darling, I'm awfully afraid we're going to like it.
Like it? Mm-hmm. Sweetheart, we're going to love it.
ladies and gentlemen, we come to our new weekly feature, The Question Box, to find out what the stars really know about Hollywood. Anyone giving an incorrect answer must pay a forfeit by doing anything I ask them to.
Say, Broad, can't we sort of do without this forfeit business? Last week you made Cary Grant talk like Donald Duck.
Well, wait till you see what we've got for you, Clark.
Look, pal, couldn't I change places with John Conte or something? He just sits over there laughing at us.
What? I've been sitting here thinking hard.
Yes, about what, for instance?
Well, about all our friends who are listening to us. About you, ladies and gentlemen, and about how, when you're buying most things, you do a bit of shopping to find out just what you want. You look for the kind of things that suit your taste. And when you find what you want, you usually stick to it. Well, now why isn't it good sense to do the same thing about gasoline? Find the gas that really suits your car, and then get that kind from now on. Or maybe you have tried some different gasolines and not noticed much difference. But have you tried Gulf No Knox? Because Gulf No Knox Ethyl is a knock-proof gasoline, raised to such a high octane rating that it ends motor knock under all normal driving conditions. You can expect a smoother, quieter ride the very first time you get a tank full of Gulf No Knox. And from then on, we sincerely believe you'll know that you've found the gas you want. And you'll continue to tell your good Gulf dealer to
fill her up with Gulf No Knox gasoline.
Now for the question box. The box is being opened, the stars are ready, and the first question goes to Clark Gable. Clark, since MGM adopted the roaring lion as a trademark, do they still use the same lion?
Looks like the same lion to me.
Well, I'm sorry, Clark, but it isn't. The lion they use now is the grandson of the original lion.
The grandson?
Yeah.
Well, it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn.
What do I have to
That
do?
wasn't a very good one. Well, there aren't any excuses accepted, I'm sorry, Clark, in the question box, so you're going to have to pay a forfeit. I'll tell you what you have to do. You will have to spell maliciousness.
Maliciousness?
Yeah. And when you come to a vowel, whistle it.
Oh, a vowel whistle.
Whistle the vowel.
I can't even spell malicious.
Well, yeah.
Well, try.
Here goes.
All right. M.
L. C. U. That's a vowel. Oh, I'm out. That was well done, Clark. Well done. And now the next question goes to Margaret Lindsay, and it comes in two parts. First, if your telephone line was down 10 years ago and you sent a repairman, you sent for a repairman, which of the following people might have shown up to fix it? Bob Hope, Clark Gable, Marlena Dietrich, Gary Cooper, or Connie Boswell?
Well, it seems to me that I read that Clark Gable was a telephone lineman one time.
Yes, that's right, Margaret. 10 years ago, Clark Gable was a telephone lineman. Now for the second part of the question, Margaret. Why did I include Bob Hope, Marlena Dietrich, Gary Cooper, and Connie Boswell in the question?
Well, it couldn't be because they're all going to be on the Gulf, Screen Guild Theater next week. Is that it?
Yes, it could, and they are going to. You're a whiz tonight, Margaret. That's really all right. Now the next question goes to Ginger Rogers.
I'm ready.
All right, Ginger. Now, what's Annabella's full name?
What is that again?
What's Annabella's full name?
Annabella.
Huh?
Annabella, full name.
Annabella.
Do you mind, Roger, if I ask you a question?
Not at all, Ginger. You go right ahead.
What's my forfeit?
Well, we'll come to that. But first, you should be interested to know that Annabella's full name doesn't even have Annabella in it. It's Suzanne Georgette Carpentier. And now for your forfeit. When you were a little girl, Ginger, just learning how to talk, was there a poem your mother always used to ask you to say because she thought it was cute?
Yeah, well, it was awful silly.
Well, that's what I mean. Let's hear it.
Oh, my mother will die. There was a big Malise pan who saw Biddle sitting on a white sock chewing got a wum. Along came big Malise pan, said Biddle simmy gum, said the Biddle to the big Malise pan, go, I shot. That's all.
Thank you, Ginger Rogers. That brings our question box to a close until next week when we bring you Connie Boswell, Gary Cooper, Marlena Dietrich, Bob Hope, and, of course, Oscar Bradley and his Gulf Orchestra.
This is John Conte saying good night for your neighborhood good golf dealer.
Selznick's Gone with the Wind will shortly be released by MGM. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.